Fuel price hikes in South Africa as a result of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine crisis has driven up inflation, raised the cost of transport and the most basic of goods. Government temporarily held back levy increases to cushion the blow. A ceiling on 93-octane petrol, available only in inland, is now being considered.
Having a permanent measure to cap the price of petrol, or to have a permanent trend where we reduce taxation indefinitely, I don't think is a good idea for a country like South Africa that has to import. Even places that basically produce it themselves, like Nigeria, even they find difficulties trying to achieve these caps over the longer term.
Pump prices are driven largely by global oil markets and the rand-dollar exchange rate. Introducing a cap could hurt the industry and set back transformation targets.
If you begin to talk about deregulation, you've got to now say, how are you going to address all the other aspects for the various parties, whether it's a transformational agenda that is being pursued, and correctly so, the SMMEs that are being supported. If you bring in competition, an unfair competition in a market which is not yet balanced, that might be problematic.
South Africans are forking out double what they did for petrol 5 years ago. Prices have fallen since June, but analysts have urged government to look at alternative, longer-term solutions.
Many countries don't apply this much tax levy into their fuel prices, and which is why they're paying lower prices. And maybe that's the conversation that we need to have as a country. For example, if you take the road accident fund, is there a different, perhaps, model that we can propose?
A more efficient public transport system and a quicker uptake of electric vehicles could also reduce costs.
Internationally, the move towards electric vehicles is quite aggressive. Yes, coal is a terrible way to create electricity, but getting electricity from the grid and having electrical vehicles running off them is usually a better way than having basically individual petrol engines each car.
Details around the capping of 93-octane petrol is still scant, but the bill is up for public comment and will determine the way forward. The industry has, however, warned against tinkering with prices as it recovers from almost 4,000 job losses through COVID-19 and refinery closures over the last 2 years.